How? Wow. Good for me to know that the noise cancellation software cancels out the portion of it. Howdy, 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 and welcome to another installment of Friday Night Yakuza here on the Twitch.tv site, subdirectory, Tilty House, within the Crystal Gondola of the palatial main Tiltio Studios here in beautiful downtown Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. It's been a beautiful day, folks, and we're going to sit in front of the TV and cap off this week with more of what we've been going through. It's getting to that stage where it's like, it's not bad, but it's not great. Does it get better? You know what? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing at it until I believe the prediction was August is when we're going to finish it up. It's going to be sooner than that. God willing, it's going to be sooner than that. What do we got here that we need to talk and about? Minnie's back in the garage. Got it back from the other garage today, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good part of it is that the Mini is back in my possession. The bad part is that I now need to collaborate with another person in town to deal with a leaky oil pan, or maybe a cracked bottom of the transmission. We're gonna find out. I've been always told by people who own minis that the Series 8 engines they leak. There's going to be a leak at some point in its life, and it's trying to stop them is a fool's errand. And I'm wondering if that's the case, or if this is a case of, no, I actually can get this put together. We'll find out probably over the next week, but At least I have a car for the weekend and maybe the week coming. Maybe I can actually get some large amount of the things we need from the Costco. We're very low on underarm deodorant and muscle relaxant. Anyway, took a walk before the stream set up today though, and grabbed some fresh growlers from Phillips, which we hadn't done in a while. And right now I am drinking a 7% alcohol pomegranate brut IPA, and it is. See, this is a nice fruit beer because the fruit doesn't come up at you like it's like saying this is a fruit juice, sir. And it's really sour. No, this is definitely a hoppy IPA with real pomegranate flavor to it. It's not a punch, but it is in fact a flavor. What are we doing here? God. Just thinking about the painting we did yesterday on Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry with the model. Want to get back at that as soon as possible as well. Because, partially because I noticed that some of the parts I didn't quite coat all the way. Oops. Oh, Sarah had a long conversation before stream about the greater Toronto area and the benefits and pains of Toronto Transit, and that was a legitimately good time. I can admit that that's probably a very good commiseration topic. We have to thank some people here specifically. That we got to thank Iris, who specifically Iris of Ether. I mean, we'll cut it down, but it's Rock Pusher's fault, and we thank you both for your company during these things. Thank you all, of course, who is here and seen, unseen, heard, unheard, whatnot. Happy to have you here for these things, but. Thanks to you two specifically for that, and thank you as well to Dark Morford, who has subscribed for 26 whole months and got trained on the laser cutter at work yesterday. Now I just need to come up with some ideas for projects. Oh my goodness. My friend, you need to look up some of the beautiful Python-based projects for making custom boxes based on just throwing out calculations of the size you want to fill or whatnot, and then just fire those through there, and you'll have everything organized, I'm sure, in no time. Right. Yeah, no. Sorry, this is Sarah. Oh God, yeah, no. I wish more Canadian cities had what I would consider world-class transit, and no. I've been on the Toronto buses and trains and was not impressed. All right, push some buttons here. Ambient sound is back on. Hey, that is cool. Just a reminder, if you've got a Twitch Prime subscription, you can subscribe to anyone with your Bezos bucks. Doesn't have to be here, but it can be. I just noticed because apparently my brother subscribed me with his Prime account yesterday. So that's a weird thing. Adam Zero, if there's any place that might have world-class transit, it's Vancouver, and it's not really close yet in IMO. It needs probably, like, I'd say 3 times the number of rail lines than it has. And then it can be world class. But until then, Tildstar, yes, I do wish there was more of a publicly accessible way of getting between cities in Canada, possibly by rail. But yeah, God, I would love to have a return to the forms of travel, even for just recreational travel, to a lot more surface-based stuff. And they'll also bring back the Zeppelins, but slow things down a bit. Put people on the no, I don't want cruise ships. I don't want the cruise itself to be the destination. I want passenger ships that are reasonably well appointed, have a decent galley, and feed you quite well. But you don't need to have entertainment, etc., and it doesn't need to cost an arm and a leg. And maybe cut back on a bunch of the sheet turn down service and whatnot. And obviously overland, bring back trains in a major way. And then, of course, let's while we're also talking about dreams, also let's move over to the gameplay because I've loaded that up, and ooh, I need to get a USB 3 extension cable because this is just a bit laggy, but not too bad. Not too bad while I'm here, I think. I'm trying out the iPhone as a camera again, and I'm liking it. It's less in the way, but it is close up, and it means I can be comfortable. Yes, no, Iris, I did, I've done 2 cruises in my life. Once when I was very young, because my parents had to bring me along on it. I did get to meet an astronaut from Skylab on that one, though, so that was really cool. But I did enjoy the chance that I had to get on the Joko cruise when that was a thing. Right, we need to escape from the terrors of Running Boy. Let's just try him out. Let's see how he do. Yeah, and this is gonna be a fight. Oh, are we not getting sound? We are not getting sound at all. Interesting. Hold up. Let's figure that out here. I'm gonna push the button with my other finger while I look at that. Default. Well, that's not gonna help anyone. There we go. That seems like that's a little bit better. Okay, here we go. And here I'm completely with you as well. The thing is, like, we don't even need to, like, we don't need to innovate technology for trains to be an amazing and so much better situation. Like, we've already got the technology put together to put these things to work at scale. And yet we just still don't, because, I don't know, it's not a growth industry. God, if there's some way we could convince people that people would want to take trains. Maybe we could grow something out of this. There we go. Good, put those men together. Yeah, no, we absolutely, Sarah, in every place in the country need to get our transit sorted out. Local and regional, to that degree. Like, yeah, no, I'd love to get high-speed trains. You're exactly right, Sarah. But I also would I wouldn't mind medium-speed trains, to be honest. You know, if I can drive from Vancouver to Edmonton or Vancouver to Lethbridge in one day, I'd absolutely be able to do that with a limited express train system. You know, it doesn't need to be local, but it also doesn't need to be Shinkansen level. But yeah, we also have the ability as a species to mass produce Shinkansen, high speed regular rail. Doesn't even have to be magnetic. I'm afraid of fighty people here. Like, we're finally getting an electric bus here in Victoria. I think back to the way, back when the concept of the suburbs was beginning to be a thing, and they started running streetcars out to the various, to the little circular cul-de-sacs in the middle of of neighborhoods in suburbs, and you would take the tram into a feeder station and then take a main commuter train into your job in the city. And in my mind, that's fantastic. Like, you look at what Mad Men was. during the episodes where he was taking the train. Oh, there we go. EA showed up. So I think I might have this guy now. I just need to position myself well. And not take the hit too early. And also not run into trees. So there's a lot going on that I need to do here. Oh, well. I only have to catch him once. Barely have to hit him. There we go! Ah, now he's got away. Okay, we've got it though this time. We've got it. Hammer's talking about XPT trains able to get up to 160 kilometers per hour, but the maximum they can do is 120 because of the condition of the rails. I mean, honestly, I don't know if that's 120 kilometers or 120 miles per hour. Probably kilometers, but that's absolutely a decent speed for moving between cities, especially when you consider you don't have to stop for fuel or for bio breaks or to eat. Oh hell! And Rockbush, I mean, yes, I mean, it does indeed mean rebuilding an entire rail network from scratch, but I mean, it's we are facing down a rather large unemployment spike, and public works projects usually also do. Well, what am I saying? I'm talking like it's the 50s. It's never gonna happen. I'm a sad man. We live in a society where we make it difficult for the government to choose a open source or free software option. And any time that the government is seen to compete with the public sector, heavens forbid that the government should provide a service to citizens that could in fact be an opportunity for commerce amongst the landed gentry. So basically what I'm doing is double frustrating myself, because I'll continue to be doing this particular mini game until we win. Oh, you mother! Bussin' comes early this year. Whee! No! Jump the bike! Okay, we're gonna keep going here. We're gonna keep going here. Oh, Shadows of Life. I did not actually do the training, but I think I can get this guy just naturally. I think. I'm feeling, now that I know that I can jump the car. Because I've just gotta touch him, that's all. Just a wee little bit.
Huh?
Just a wee boop. Pay attention to where I'm going. And not hit that side of the wall on the way. Okay, he's gonna rubber band me for a bit here. Okay, this time there is no taxi, so we just gotta hit the dude. Okay, not quite yet, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing it. Yeah, things are... I laugh only because it's a little upsetting, but yeah, just glancing over here at the chat, and everyone has their own particular story of their own local issues, and yeah, we are absolutely falling apart as a society. I'd say on both sides of the border too. You know, we have different problems, but we are not problemless here in the slightest. Oh, you little sneak. Okay, this time we just keep up with him. Yeah, I wouldn't say Canada's... Canada may be greener pasture right now, but it's the kind of green of a lawn that hasn't been watered in months, and for some reason it's still it's the chlorophyll just never bleached out. That's how I'd put it. Things aren't getting any better up here. They're just getting worse slightly slower than you are. But when it comes to, like, no actual progress being made in terms of, like, real progress, like, we have dental care being talked about being added to our healthcare system, but it feels like it's going to be added in such a way that it's not really going to help the majority of people? I don't know. That's what I haven't done quite as much research on as I should. It will definitely help the people who do not have any sort of work-provided health insurance or health plans. By the way, that's something we do still have in Canada. It mainly covers things that are not covered by standard healthcare, but turns out that's a lot. Oh, Skylar Ringtail, I worry what would happen if there was any sort of civil war in the States, because we are in no shape to defend our border. And if it actually comes to... Now, this is getting real dark here, actually. My thought on that is that if it did come to a shooting war, maybe we should go do the training. Let's go do that while we talk about terrible things. But yeah, if it ever came to a shooting war, we probably... I would guess that there would be a faction of the United States that would want to maybe finish up that Manifest Destiny and get some more resources, from these people that already speak the same language and have access to different ports and large growing breadbasket sort of feeling. This is starting to seem familiar, and I don't think I get the feeling that the way that the international community is currently reacting to what's going on in areas of the world that aren't Canada, I would not be surprised by a similar reaction. Yeah, big woof. It is actually, as long as it's cathartic for y'all, as long as you're all, I mean, I can look at the numbers and figure that out, but I'm happy to keep chatting about these things because sometimes we just need to vent, right? Right? I should actually swap over to the chat monitor there. There we go. Now I can see things a little bit better. Oh, and 1 second. I want to scroll from the other side. Unfurl. Your messages appear at the top. Okay. Okay, good. It's working. Perfect. Wait, where did oysters come from? Oh, the link that didn't get unfurled. All right. Man, I need to someday get to a place where I can eat some fresh oysters. There's got to be a place around town. Training A, please. Thank you. That's right, the world is my oyster in premium adventure mode. Which is different from my preferred message. I can do anything I want and go anywhere I want. Hey, the Merricat, thank you for 32 months of subscription. Goodness there. Did the message... No, no message. Great. Thank you so much for your continued and ongoing and historic support. Right, I need to run after this guy. Yay! Eat it, Mac! Oh. Oh. We're not going to win this, are we? Oh. Oh. Dang it, Mac. I'll get you next time. Training. Yeah, the Kiwami's got the big money put into them. They kept the plot, but new engine. Nope, that should have been a hit there. Okay. I feel like my timing is off. There we go. Why is the camera doing that? Why is the camera doing that? What the? I hate this. I think that's part of the game. Oh. Let's try it again. But this is, if nothing else, teaching me the distance I need to be at to do a successful boop. And it's closer than you think. Nope. There we go, so it was a bug. Oh. Whew. We absolutely did not get money out of that. You really burned my rubber out there, Kiryu-san! If I knew anyone was going to run me down, it was you! One last technique for you. Got this special from an Irish Wiccan in the Emerald Fields. Or was it that hippie in California? You could smell the Peacemobile coming from a mile away, let me tell you. Anyway, breathe in extra deep and keep that air on lockdown up in your lungs. Channel your inner... Wait, are you telling us to rip a fat one and hold it, my friend? Oh, good. Okay, great. Actually, Fire Whiskers, that's... interestingly enough, Japan's apparently seriously considering legalizing medical marijuana, and we know that's all... we know the thing about marijuana is that it's a gateway legalization. Pop on by when you want to run again! I mean, yeah, let's talk to him again. Escape to win. Let's try it. Ah, sweet. Outdoor camping is great, Hexy Lexi. Hope you have a good SCA time. Okay, just keep running. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ah! Ah! I've lost things in the back of my... Ah! Okay, wait. We need to do this again, I think. Oh God, that's a dead end. This is the worst. Angel, thank you for 6 months of subscription. AI Amethyst dropping a sub on us. Pleasure to have you here as always, and thank you for the continued and gracious monetary support. Let's get Mac. I mean, let's get got by Mac, I guess.
と走るね。まだまだこれからね。
Stop grabbing me!
まだまだこれからね。Youしかとらえてね。
Okay, the chase minigame is now officially on notice. Forever. Also, I still got the brightness turned way up on the TV, and I just realized that's probably why everything's been looking weird for the whole week. All right, you know what? Let's just go see if we got some extra bar. Maybe we can now chase down Mr. Try and Touch Me for being able to escape this hell. Out? Out. Oh, what does a laser cutter cut, Alfred? I can't speak specifically for Dark Morphword's Axis 1, but usually they can cut a very thin metal, like I think less than 1 millimeter, but they are instead extremely good at cutting things like fabric, leather, acrylic, that chipboard that is good for building things structurally. I assume Dark Morphword, it's slightly more high-end than a K40 clone from China, or is it a K40 clone? Because that would be rad. Come on, there we go. One more time. I mean, technically you can also engrave jerky if you want, but I've heard of someone doing that as a business card. The thing is, my understanding is you really want to keep your food laser cutter and your other products laser cutter separate. 'Cause otherwise you'll end up... There we go. Getting toxic particulates in your food and whatnot. Hello, Helix 24. Okay. So yeah, very similar to the K40 resolution-wise. Yeah, 75 to 1200. Laser dashboard. Ooh, 30, 40, 50, or 60 watts. Lasers are rad. I want to play with one. I will not put a laser cutter in our office. I will not put a laser cutter in our office. I will get good instead at cutting styrene and scratch building panels first. Looks like I win.
Ah, you got me. You're real speed dimmy, you know that? It ain't surprising you gave my brothers a good run for their dough. Guess I should hand you that 100 grand. You can count it up in front of me if you'd like.
Thanks.
Mind if I ask you something, though? How in the hell did you end up getting to be such a tough bastard?
I guess I just hate to lose, so I do what it takes to come out on top.
I feel you, man. Despite my jawbreaker-like exterior, I've got a soft, candy-like shell underneath. Like a chewy gobstopper. So I hate getting smacked around. The job's my motivation, you know?
Yes, and speaking of motivation, I'm going to catch you one of these days. Better not skip leg day at the gym, you hear? Because that's how you get faster, right? Yes. Yeah, but Zeke, better stay on point, or else we're gonna run circles around you. Now come on, boys. We got some training to do.
Next time I am in Seattle, absolutely, Dark Morford, I will absolutely come visit and we can hang the maker style. You know, Demond, if it was 1,000 yen each time, I think it was less than winning. Or I think we broke even at least, but hey, we got it done. That's the important thing. Ooh. Sorry, Iris, I'm just reading about your friend using header to etch images on a cube of ancient bogwood. Wow. That's, Ever since seeing a couple articles about that huge tree they found in England, of bogwood, that got made into a, I guess it eventually got made into a giant, boardroom table? God, it looked amazing. Grab. End! Ooh, a hammer! I mean, whenever there's crime, and crooks are gonna do time, they'd all better beware. Because Kiryu is going to get that hammer. My friend, please, do what is necessary. Hey! Don't take that sign, that's mine. Woo! I mean, well, thanks. I needed that for my work. You're terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but there's a man over here with a hammer who needs to be, relieved of his hammer. Can you not? Please, for 1 second, can you just let me? Hey, did you not? Oh, I am now only disappointed. I did not know that, Fire Whiskers. The Yakuza battle system started out in the arcade game Spike Out in the late 90s. Wee bit of Sega history for us, thank you. Oh, wow, Geodrit, that's... Oh, that one hurts. The old flip the normally open, normally closed. Flipped initial states. Problem. Okay, I'm clicking this picture that, and I'm gonna see that. Wow. Yeah, that is something special. Dang. Okay, now how do I get a an ingot of tungsten made out of bogwood? Because I don't have enough space to store both right now. Ooh, liver sashimi. Fresh cut liver cut up into raw strips with a delicious sesame-based sauce. Ooh, chopped up juicy bits of intestine that's to die for. That's your horumon. And seafood platter, kimchi combo. Ooh, yep, no. They've got it on menu. Guess who's gonna have a stone roasted bibimbap? What do you say? Eat it with our salty, delicious gochujang sauce. Delicious when roasted to a golden brown. Because when you're not wearing a shirt, it's best not to fry your own meat right now. I'd like the check, please. Thanks, but this is a pay at the register establishment. You just made it awkward. Have we opened up our... Yes, we've opened up our side stories. Here's one down here. Let's go get ourselves into trouble. Real Gamer Cow, I believe you that Dulsat stone bowls make homemade bibimbap so much better. I need to remember to cook myself bibimbap more often. But B, I was barely able to justify purchasing full-size ramen, 2 full-size ramen bowls for myself, specifically for when I have ramen and or udon. But hard for me to convince myself to take up the room for the stone bowls, too. Pardon me, sir. Could I ask for a bit of your time? What's that? This may sound strange, but are you the type to keep a secret? Absolutely. Yes, I've always been good at keeping secrets. I see. Oh, wow. Real Gamer Cow, I would by Canadian/Victoria prices, I would call $50 for 2 absolutely a good price. I see. I need someone who can keep his mouth shut. Is this some kind of con? No, I really mean it. Then what's the deal? I've been looking for a man like you who can keep things discreet to do me a favor. What kind of favor? Well, have you ever heard of the famous actress Makiko Takahashi? Yes? Well, she's won awards overseas as best leading female and has really put Japan on the map in terms of cinema. I can't say that I have. What about her? Well, it's just that Miss Takahashi craves a vibrant nightlife, so much so that she's known as the Kamurocho Queen. She goes out on the town every night for drinks, and recently she's become very well acquainted with the top host of this local club. Today, she wants to have drinks with him at her place, which is all well and good, but with her recent fame, candid photos could be quite damaging. If they can make it to their taxi in Park Boulevard without getting photographed, everything should be fine. Do you work as a bodyguard for Miss Takahashi and her host friend? We'll pay you for your trouble, of course. Absolutely. We can do this. Escort mission. All right, I'll usher them to the taxi. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. The paparazzi has been watching her every move lately, so trying to snap photos that could harm her career. I'm loving this Lambda logo. Lambda? Now I'm really feeling weird. Loving the logo, though. In fact, some damn paparazzi are right over there. What I'd like you to do is chase away any paparazzi who might snap a photo of Miss Takahashi and her boyfriend walking together. I'm sure they're hiding in various cracks and crevices like rodents, so do your best to hunt them down and chase them away. So, You want me to keep those nosy photographers out of Miss Takashi's business.
That's exactly right. I'm gonna bring her out now, so please do your best.
Sorry, thinking about bibimbap just makes me... I need to write this down to remember to eat it later. Whoops. Bibimbap. Bibimbap is spelled with an I! And no, Bob, I'm not OP. Bibimbap. There we go. Now autocorrect better learn its place. And bibimbap, and there was one other thing. Oh yes, that's right. I've got a recipe for kofta, and also for shawarma. What are the vegetarian balls in shawarma? God, why am I like this? That's not going to help me. Let me just look at the recipe thing. Falafel. There we go. Yes, I need to make falafel this week too. Oh, what is wrong with me? Thank you. Yes, you did get it right, Real Gamer Cow. Probably before I did.
So, you're the stud who's been hired to keep the paparazzi off my back? Hope you're as strong as you look.
Hey, keep us safe from those vultures, eh, Usher boy? Makiko-chan means the world to me.
Super ellipses.
We'll reward you handsomely if this goes well, so please be patient with them. I'll go out first and make taxi preparations. Do whatever you can to keep those animals from snapping a picture of me.
No, actually, Real Gamer Cow, I've found a couple recipes for falafel that don't seem too onerous at all. One of which is ball-based, which is the more onerous. That requires 12 hours of prep, and the other, which is mostly, I believe, bean soaking. Yeah, and then the other one, which is apparently their fallback when they want easy falafel, but it does involve cooking it in a cast iron pan in the oven, which I think is an interesting choice. Guess I'll chase this guy off first. Oi. Oh, talk. Hey, you're not taking that picture.
Well, it's just a...
Things could get ugly if I find you snapping photos of her. How about you get lost? Making my own hummus is something I have done, Real Gamer Cow, and the recipe is right in the row with the other two.
Hey, I'm really sorry about this.
Nope, that's the girl voice. That wasn't so bad.
Hey, nice going, Usher boy.
Keep that up till we get the taxi, darling. There's a lot more paparazzi out there that I need you to chase off.
Ooh, thank you. Yeah, I'm curious about those bibimbap bowls. Oh, hey. Yep, there it is. Price $45.88. Great. Shipping to Canada $23.98. What if I just do the trick where I put the CA in there? Nope, that makes them $106 plus shipping. What does the... Okay, 89 seems to be the least amount that those particular types of bowls will be delivered to me via the... the Washington Delivery Company. Also, hey, got to thank eBlock for 39 months of subscription. Liking our outfit, it's the best outfit. Why would we wear anything else when we could be seen in sub-stories wearing this? Hey, where are you going? And why are you walking like that? How drunk are you? Huh?
No, somebody get my manager. This is bad.
Well, okay, well now I know it could happen like that.
Well, Miss Takahashi and the host made it to their taxi.
I'm sorry I couldn't do better.
It's all right. My office will just have to sort it out with the paparazzi, most likely buying up their pictures. But between you and me, maybe this will teach her a lesson. A star like her has to act more careful and, walk like a human being. Now then, as promised, here's a token of our gratitude. Keep your lips sealed about Miss Takahashi and her new host brand, all right? I have to be on my way now.
That was a weird little sub-story. Those are also good-looking bowls, Gamer Cow. Honestly, I think what I need to do is just head on down to Chinatown and show them how to kick. No, what I need to do is check out my favorite Chinese restaurant supply shop, which also does deal in Korean and Japanese goods, and they might have something there for me. That said, gotta keep the in between paycheck costs in check, especially seeing as I just now I believe yes, with the last bill I have now paid more for repairing this car than I have purchasing it. That said, it was paid for by write-off from a car that died before it needed any major work, and probably wouldn't have needed any major work, TBH. That Mazda 3s from the 2008.5 range, gotta say, good going on them. Folks, we are going to, because I can see it's just about that time. Power of love for a car rock pusher. It's just that these are the sorts of repairs that would be necessary in any other car. It's just that I'm doing them now because it's an old car that came to me old. But yes, let us do our thing and have a break and read the shipping to Canada. Yes, shipping to Canada and shipping anywhere is terrible right now, and we absolutely need to maintain the international postal treaties at all costs. We're going to take a short break, get up, swap your fluids, ship your legs, and we'll be back with more Yakuza 3 in just a few minutes. Don't go away. folks, we're back with more Yakuza 3 Sub-Stories minigames here on the Tilty House channel of twitch.tv. Want to point out, before I left here, I said I paid more. I have now probably crossed over the line in terms of having paid more for repairs in my car than I paid on the car itself. I want to be very clear that when I purchased this car, it was $400 US plus only about actually $1,200 US shipping, which means it's not that much. Oh wait, no, I haven't actually paid that much in repairs. I'm about halfway, just over halfway there. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. Anyway, but it is getting to the point where, as I said on previous shows, that I do need to start keeping that calculation in my head of how much money do I want to put into repairs to bring it back to life and whatnot. But the other thing that I was thinking about is the the possibility, because when I went in to get the little bit of rust repaired, I talked to the guy because he stopped. You know, he's a big mini guy in Victoria, and he no longer wants to work on people's minis for small jobs, just custom work. One of the custom works he wants to continue working on is doing Honda Civic or Honda VTEC engine conversions for the Mini. And I have to ask myself, at what point is it worth just doing that conversion and just dumping the old engine and whatnot? Because there is potential resale value there too, in it being a collectible car like that. It would no longer be vintage, but on the other hand, it's also a 1998 model, so it's not exactly got any particular collectability in that respect. It's not like it needs to remain a pristine model because it's a rarity. Who's still alive? You. Good. What I would really like to do is to electrically convert it, and then just have to worry about, you know, bearings, boots for the CV, the drivetrain, and small fluids, and not have to worry about the engine and the entire complicated process of a drivetrain eventually grinding itself into oblivion. Also, I've earlier said to myself that the Mini's probably will more than likely be the last gas car I ever buy, and I want that to continue to be the case. But I would love for it to have been the last car I ever buy. And, you know, I'd like to be able to, you know, say those... I'd like to be able to say things like, oh yes, I've never purchased another car. In fact, I kept an old car on the road for a long time. And that makes me more environmentally responsible. And unfortunately, I don't think it actually makes enough of a difference to be really worth that. Not enough people would convert their old cars to electric, because not enough cars out there are worth converting to electric. So Drivesynth, weirdly, rust is not as much of a problem here. We don't really overly salt our roads. We do brine them a bit, but I understand that the modern brining isn't quite as eaty to cars as the salt out east used to be. That said, I do like to use my car sparingly in the winter, and generally try to give it a splash out in the wheel wells and whatnot, and underneath, at least weekly. Yeah, Rock Pusher, there are electrically, and I think they might be in that price range. I think my mind is pulling up £14,000 as the price for the last conversion I saw, and there's at least two out there, if not more than a few. I really want one that would preferably be something like a Ford or some other large company electric crate engine, but I don't think the Ford electric crates are going to fit in a Mini in any way. The Maricat, the conversions work out pretty well, because when you move, turns out in most modern cars, when you remove the engine, you get a lot of space for battery packs. The battery packs are different than you'd get in a Tesla and maybe other cars, because they have to go into certain areas, and you definitely end up with reduced range, and a lot of the times you need to put batteries in other areas. But turns out when you're doing mostly direct drive, if you're doing a direct drive system right into the wheels, you free up a lot of space. I kind of would like to do keep the drivetrain conversions where you keep being able to shift, but I don't think that's going to be a. I don't know. I like shifting too. That's another problem. All right, shall we? Let's have a look at what we're doing here. Sub stories. 60 to 74. So instant ramen. Kyushu number 1 star. We should go back and check that. Have a talk at Stardust. The Murdered Cafe Alps is lost to us, and these are just the ones that are currently that we've discovered. The Old Man's Memories. Why can't we find Jinsei in there? The gelato place. So we got a few ongoing stories here to take care of, and we should train that girl's stats. All right, shall we? Oh, hey, Dresen, thank you for the button, as you say. That button doing the thing and resubscribing for 14 months. Thank you so much for continuing to be a member of the channel and hanging out with us as we do these things. Is this the gelato place? This might be the gelato place. We've done it. Okay, great. We're there. 2000 Mini Cooper Sport. Wait, what? Is that the old school? Yeah, that would be the old school Mini. Okay, yeah. Those ones are a little bit special probably, though, Rockbusher, because those literally are the last Minis ever made. 2000 was the last production year of that style. That said, 45,000 is... What's 45,000 New Zealand dollars in Canadian dollars? 37,419 is a lot of money for a Mini. God, at that price, it's I almost feel like I should just slap a coat of paint on this thing and just turn it around into the market immediately for a massive profit.
いらっしゃいませ。
You decided what you want to order yet?
We'll get the gelato. Hey, quadruple scoop. Oh, we'll have the triple scoop. Why not?
Arigatou
1978 Mini Leyland 11. Wow. Okay, so yeah, either if I'm either sell the Mini in New Zealand for that amount of money, or if I move to New Zealand, bring my car with me. Oh, Kitty, actually, hold on a second, Rock Pusher. If you may want to consider having a look at Japan Car Direct and seeing what the cost is to ship a Mini from Japan to New Zealand, because I know they're still pretty available there. And if it's anything like what I paid for mine at auction, you could make a pretty good business of turning around and flipping Minis in NZ.
Oh, Kitty-san, come by to take a load off?
What's this line for?
Doesn't everyone love ice cream? I love ice cream so much, I take home all the ice cream you didn't sell at the end of the day at home in a large garbage bag. Kaide-san, stop standing around and start taking orders.
Ooh, Drowsons, that does sound like a difficult project, finding a TJ Wrangler at a decent price.
Ma'am, please let me take over for Kaide-san. We've got too many customers waiting. Kaide-san, why are you making our customers wait? I just thought, well, they made the effort to come all the way here. At least they deserve is a bit of friendly conversation. This is a business, not a social club. Kaide, I don't know if you're a good fit for this shop. I'll give you the rest of your pay, but don't bother showing up tomorrow or the next day either, because you are fired. What? That's terrible severance. Also, not again. Can't believe I lost another job.
Sounds like you need to pull yourself together.
I was never this busy when I worked part-time in Okinawa. Gotta start the job search again. If I don't work, I won't even be able to feed myself. Anyway, see you later. I'm gonna go see if I can find a job around here. I'll text you if something works out. Bye.
Wait, I'm just curious to watch this argument in the background between the couple in front of the strawberry campaign sign. Good times, everybody. All this talk about cars, though, and honestly, having spent the last week, or the last basically month and a half at this point, carless, I'm lucky and I feel good about having the car share membership for Moto for the handful of times I needed to actually go somewhere that wasn't transit or walkable, but living in a walkable area and having that car share really helped out and was actually amazingly doable. Okay, well, we'll find out what's up with Kaide in a bit. I'm going to go walk through the Champion District one more time and have a real good look, and then we should go check out Kyushu number 1 star. Oh, and there's Kaide.
Kiryu-san, I got a part-time job at the bowling alley. Should be okay this time because there's no food involved. I'm at the mock bull on Theater Alley. I know it's gonna work out this time. Also, I'm taking home the unused balls and pins at the end of the day in a garbage bag, as is my tradition. Do not flaunt my ways!
And fights. What? That was almost cool, you guys. Ooh, we should take a drink. That'll do. Where's the thing I can hold to hit you with? Aha! That'll do. Oh, hell. God, I've had to drive that large Dodge Ram panel van around a couple times in the past couple months, and that's been my least favorite vehicle to drive, period. Despite the fact that I can make the front tires squeal with no problem. But no, I really dislike large cars, so SUVs are right out. Like, I tweeted something a while back about, or retweeted something a while back about the comparison between K-trucks from Japan and, you know, the big old Ford F-150s and even the Ford Rangers today that are larger than larger than some of the smaller whales. But the fact that, you know, it was the breakdown of things like small Japanese K-trucks used by actual businesses, small fuel usage for economy, great turning radius, able to haul large amounts of cargo, easy to fix and replace, and just And then there was the Road Quest truck, yes, which it was just Iris, yes, I have also driven a 15-seater on occasion, and I think I might have told some stories about that here already, but yeah, first of all, let me tell you, you do not want to be driving one of those through downtown Vancouver, looking for a place that you don't know where it is, alone, in the pre-iPhone days without GPS, and trying to get there for a specific time because you were interviewing for a job to go teach in Japan. So I was finally able to find the place. That said, I will say that I think I cut off the Consulate General of Japan just based on the fact that it was a Toyota Cedric, not a or no, was it a Crown? It was definitely not a normal North American Toyota, but it was definitely a Toyota, and it definitely had the consular plates, which are not a common sight. But no, got the job, and I ended up working at Peppy Kids Club. But that was the year that I took most of Synaptic Chaos Theater down from Edmonton, and a bunch of other people too, as a, like, let's rent a big van back when that was economical, and go from Edmonton to Anime Evolution in Vancouver. And that was also the time that I found out that there is one particular turn on the Trans-Canada Highway that comes close to a tunnel that if you are going Century, that's probably correct, Drowsynth. If you are going at a highway speed, so let's say about 120 kilometers an hour, and it is raining heavily, a van will drift a bit. No one was awake at the time because everyone was very sleepy for some reason. But, well, me and the podcast I was listening will always remember that moment. Scary as hell. And yeah, that's when I learned that that 15 passenger minivans are not normal vehicles in any way, shape, or form. What was I at that point? Early 20s, probably? Anyway, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. I told you, give me back the cash. All you've got left of value is that house of yours and that fancy Buddhist altar. So you best be saying your prayers. We don't take that too. Sir! Why not? Snot-nosed punk! What? I'm not a snot-nosed punk. Then, well, if I am, then what does that make you? Borrowing money from one. Stuffy old geezer, that's what. Make sure that Toyota. Yes, we'll absolutely intervene. Sorry, I was just looking at pictures of a Toyota Century there. Ooh, I should look up what those are going for right now on auction. Ooh, hold on a second here. Let me, because I'm pretty sure that I can find out if there are any Toyota Centuries going up for auction in the next little bit. Not that I necessarily think I need a Toyota Century. That sure wouldn't, that sure would be fun to get parts for over here. Am I right, gamers? All right, let's see here. Toyota. Oh, wow. Aha, there, whoa, 9 of them. Okay. Interesting. Oh, wow. Really interesting. So, you're looking at between, ooh. Okay, the last one that went for 50, had 50,000 kilometers on it, went for 2.28 million yen, which makes sense. That's a $20,000 car. But if you're willing to take something, it's a Toyota. So I would say that, 100,000, 200,000 kilometers is not out of line. You're looking at between 2,500 and 4,800 yen, which is roughly, well, not yen, but the yen dollars, as I am wont to call them, which means, yeah, somewhere between 2,500 and 4,800 US dollars. Which seems like a really good price, actually, for an extremely luxury car. Aquinas asks, Ian, are you going to be Yakuzaing it up? Oh, the Century, you mean? Well, funny you ask that. Apparently, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife over in Japan, I don't think she owned a Century, but she absolutely did own a blacked out, like, side windows. She called it her Yakuza car, because it was apparently, I guess, an old ex-Yakuza car. She was sad to have to get rid of it at some point, but man, that was it was luxurious and had the little embroidered window doilies and whatnot. Yeah, it was fun. As soon as I see anyone hitting on an old man, then it becomes hitting an old man, then it becomes my business. Back off.
How about I back my fist up that stupid looking face of yours instead? Yeah, how about I do that?
痛い目見てえのか
Okay, like for things like Wranglers and certain trucks, things are going to get interesting very quickly with regards to thanks to the Ford F-150 Lightning Edition and Ford's electrification platform. I'm actually really enjoying the look of the current Blazer, and if they can electrify that in the same way as the F-150, that'll be fantastic. What I'd love for them to do is remove the frunk from the F-150 and make basically a large K truck. Damn it, make it look like the future. Should have minded your own business. I'm supposed to be looking for Jinsei. So, I'm a little bit upset here because this is what I thought was going to happen. That Jinsei would not be written in English, and here it is, not written in English, but written in kanji that I absolutely should be able to read as Jinsei. Those are some of the easy, not some of the easiest, but some of the kanji that you absolutely become most familiar with if you start teaching English in Japan very quickly. Jin being the kanji for human. That's, wow, why did I make it? Why did I do the hand sign for the kanji? But that's, the top one is human. So like when you see gaijin, or gaikokujin, that's the kanji for foreign country, and then that one for person. Can't think of other examples off the top of my head. But then the bottom one being sei, which is the one for, I want to say year, but I might be wrong in that. But I know it's the same kanji that you get in gakusei, which is which basically becomes student person. But no, you know what? I'm this is what happens when you learn the kanji out of line with actually learning. Thank you, life, Dark Morford. Yes. It's when you learn to speak it without understanding the English meaning and you just use it in place. Yes, and you are exactly correct in that it is the sei of sensei, or gakusei, or as in this case, jinsei. Yes, thank you, Loud Uterate. Yes, Nen is absolutely that one. And it's this is. I usually do my readings, or when I do the reading, you take context into effect. If you see a number and then you tend to associate it like, oh yes, that means year. And again, same with sei like this. But anyway, outside of Ian's not quite Japanese learning corner. Yeah, it sure did. Why did you ask? Somebody's been looking for you. Yeah, probably some debt collector wanted to shake me down. Tell him to leave me alone. Well, I found the bar for what it's worth. I guess I should tell the old man in front of the Millennium Tower. I'm happy to have finally found it, to be honest. Means I can... Okay. You, my young lady, I'm not sure why you're here in the Champion District. But I hope you're safe. Where is the outhole? And again, whenever you hear me say things like, where is the in-hole, where is the out-hole, that's me and my internalization of learning kanji going. Gucci being the kanji that looks literally just like a square, meaning mouth or opening or hole, to which I say for entrance and exit, the in-hole and the out-hole. Dracenth, yes, it does have the airbag in there. And I think I do need to, yeah. I think I should probably remove it because, again, you're right. It is 20-year-old explosive sitting in front of my face. It's not going to go off unless it's being triggered. At least I hope. My only saving thought in that is that if I'm in an accident where the airbag is going off, I probably have more problems being in a Mini compared to whatever's hitting me in the North American car space than a little bit of explosive going off in my face. Ah, thank you, Laojutert. I always forget, I always remember Deguchi, but Iriguchi is he's my nemesis. Yes, everyone goes into and out of the square hole. But yeah, I should probably pull off the case and then replace the... or remove the airbag. That said, I do want to keep the steering wheel itself fully intact because it's one of the nicer leather-wrapped steering wheels, and the leather wrapping is still in rather, I won't say factory condition, but it's looks real good, so. I haven't felt the need to replace my steering wheel by itself. Yeah, I'm getting some good advice from Laojudrit and Dark Morford. I honestly really just need to actually cut things out of my life and focus on, if I'm going to focus on Japanese, learning vocabulary first. Oh, shoot! Jinsei's alive and well, but I skipped that dialogue. Let's pick it up here. Well, is that a fact? Would you mind taking me there if it's not too much trouble? Finally, I can lay this old burden to rest. Absolutely, we'll take you. You've convinced me. Think you can keep up? I'll do my damnedest. If this is a chase minigame, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, no, it's not. So this is it, hey? This is his place. Takami! It's me! It's Saizen! Shintaro Saizen!
Saizen.
Huh? Zaizen, is it really you? After all these years? Oh, forgive me, Tagami. I have to apologize for what I've done. What are you talking about? Well, back when we were working on the black market, I stole the money we'd earned. Worse, I betrayed a friend. I know it won't make up for anything I've done, but I've set aside 10 million yen for you, and I want you to accept it.
Yeah?
Wait a second. I can't take that kind of money from you. Tagami, be reasonable now.
Oh, then we'll gladly accept it on your behalf. Right, Tagami-san?
This is perfect. You owe us 8...
No, no. You owe us 8 million as it is. And once you tack on various fees, well, we'll call it a cool 10 mil.
Tagami, you're in debt. You stay out of this.
Enough bullshit. Pay up now, or else.
And, I mean, I know I said before, as Kiryu, that when an old man gets punched, that's when it's time to intervene, but I think we can intervene beforehand. You're out of place, my friend. Can't you see these men are trying to have a conversation?
Who the fuck do you think you are, sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong? Camera shift.
Didn't we already kick these guys' asses? Good, that's one guy down. Why'd the girl give me the wave afterwards? You know what? Let's light him up. And done.
What the hell, man?
You're done for now. Just wait until these two finish talking things through.
Tagami, take this money, please. I can't keep going on like this.
Yeah?
Current debts have nothing to do with you. This is all for my wife. It's cancer. She was in the hospital for surgery. All of her treatments cost us a mere fortune. We've had to work so hard for so long. All I've ever wanted for us was to spend our last years together in peace. Is that so much to ask? But, Tagami! In fact, your sticky fingers led me to my wife. I lost my money and had to sell the shop, as you well know. Eventually, I wound up living and working in a sushi joint out here in Kamurocho. That's when I met her. I did hate you once upon a time, when I was younger, but why hold on to old grudges? I'm content for the way things turned out. That may be well and good for you, but not for me. Now I insist you take this money.
Hey, collector.
Here, it's all yours, all of it. Take it and never show your face around here again.
Yes, you've got it, and thanks a million. No, make that 10 million.
Wow, that is a man who no longer has a properly functioning hip bone.
Saizen, why on earth did you?
Yeah.
Stop. I didn't give that money to you. I gave it to your wife. Out of pity for having to put up with a royal pain in the keister, Like you.
Yeah?
Yeah, but that's still way too much money.
Oh, yeah.
Then, let's say my drinks are on the house from now on. Well, if that's what you want, then those drinks better be damn strong. Now, go introduce yourself to my wife. That sounds like a fine idea.
ありがとうございました。
Thanks for all you've done. I never would have been able to talk with my old friend and meet his wife, wink wink, without your help. All I did was bring you here. Nothing more.
あ
Sorry, Aquinas. Vim commands in the chat window is a new one on me. I have pasted terminal commands, but Vim is choice.
Live as long as I have, and you can tell you're a man of no ordinary caliber. Won't you tell me your name? My name is Kiryu. Kazuma Kiryu.
桐生さん。
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Kiryu-san. I'll never forget you, not as long as I live, and I will describe you to this man's wife in great detail. Please accept this as a mere token of my gratitude. Now, if you'll excuse me.
100,000, not bad. Ugh. I could never get used to HJKL. It actually, so that was the problem, the biggest problem I had with the Apple IIc. And if I were ever to remake the Apple IIc, that is what I'd do, is I'd give it a proper arrow cluster and not the left, down, up, right? No, it's left, right, down. I can't remember what it is on this 2C keyboard, but it's Vim-like, and I can't get used to the up, down, or having a T-square movement in a single line upsets me. I'm a JIKL man for life. Ah, started with NetHack. Yeah, that'll do it. Although I guess that just makes me an Emacs bitch. Which I think is what I am anyway, based on some other key commands I swear by, so... yeah. Ah! Fight! What amuses me the most right now these days, though, is that, so we're all aware, I mean, we all watch the Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network for various reasons, and probably enjoy the highlights. I can't believe that no one has put the keyboard back yet, the mechanical keyboard. For all that it continues to cause consternation amongst the hoi polloi of that organization, I am in awe in their absolute inability to pull off a cherry key cap and replace it on a stem. Yes, Alex has been flummoxed by it twice specifically. And you'd think the immediate response would be, huh, well, yank, yank. But no, they just leave it. And they keep leaving it. So I don't know if there's an international repository of keyboard layouts, but if we can add the WSAD to it, just my own personal keyboard layout, that might be fun. Oh, square dot. I was thinking about Azerty and Dvorak the other day, and you know, just I love the idea of alternative keyboard layouts. I'm too old to begin training. I think Master Yoda's got it right there in one respect. I'm QWERTY till I die, and not because of choice, but simply because of the circumstances of my birth. One doesn't like to admit the circumstances of one's keyboard layout. Alfred, I absolutely would love to do the keyboards with the finger holes. Those seemed the raddest, but... Oh, come on! Another fight? Yeah, they're not quite a corded keyboard. If I remember correctly, they actually had finger holes, and the walls of the holes were separated into 3 keys. But then you also had the downforce as a separate key. So you could do chunk, chunk, and then chunk, 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 and chunk, chunk. Yeah, they were super cool. Dressant, I've never done the left hand and right side, changing the sides of the mouse and keyboard. What I do see people doing, can't understand, are the people who have a mouse on one side on the right side, and then a trackpad as well on the other side that they use for different reasons. It's like, yeah. Goodbye, Tough and See. Oh, there's a store here at the Bantam. Shall we check it out? Absolutely. Oh, good. Thank you, the Meerkat, for, yes, the data hand. Oh, those looked so... The thumbs on those looked so cool. Iris, I have also, over the past couple years now, transferred over to Kensington Turbo, or, Kensington Expert Mouse for trackball use, and I am full convert. I do miss some of the gestures I get with the trackpad, specifically the changing workspace with the 4 swipe, and the, oh god, my old RSS reader used to have a 3-finger swipe up or down to go to the next article or back, and it was mwah, good, 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 good. Lefark, that sounds like a weird, you're asking any way to make a mechanical keyboard less sensitive. It's adding extra keyboard. Like, that sounds like you might have a problem with the keyboard itself in some of the switches, or you might just want to choose a different switch with a longer throw and maybe a bit more tactile response to know when you're hitting those keys correctly. Shame about the job license application. I hope that that is able to get fixed at some point in the future. RSS lives, Drowson. There is no death of RSS. Just sadly fewer people using it. But as long as we all remember, it will never go away. Maybe someone like me shouldn't. Super ellipses. Oh! Hmm? Wow! What a coincidence seeing you here! What? Are you talking to me? Of course! Don't you remember me? Isn't it fun the way that her eyes look directly into the camera? she knows me somehow. Where did I meet her? Oh no! Shine? Jewel? Love and Heart is the, You know what? Love and Heart. I remember you. You're Ayaka from Love and Heart Massage Parlor, which is what I think it is. I actually think that this is the massage parlor. That's right! I'm so glad you remembered who stuck things in your ear. Until you... Anyway, I don't believe I got your name. Right, I guess I didn't give it to you. It's Kiryu. Kiryu, what a nice name, Heart. Here all by yourself today? Yes. Mind if I sat with you for a bit? Go right ahead. Aw, this is nice. Okay, cheers. Cheers. Say, this is the first time we get to properly chat, Heart. That's right. Before you were busy with my masseuse. Actually, the name of my profession is massage therapist. Remember, there's no R in a non-registered massage therapist. How is that different from masseuse? Well, both professions give massage to clients. My job at the shop is to use both massage and aromatherapy to soothe my clients' stress and worries. I had to study pretty hard to get licensed at my job, but not registered. Sounds pretty tough. From how down you looked earlier, you could probably use some of that therapy yourself. Huh? How'd you know? Oh, I must have been talking to myself again. You heard that, huh? Yeah, yes. Ah, damn it, I'm so embarrassed. When I get lost in thoughts, sometimes I start mumbling all the things I'm thinking about. Don't laugh at me. I know it might seem like the serious type, but I was really thinking hard about this. Sorry. Heart, you know, I got this feeling from the first time we met, but you're surprisingly easy to talk to, Kiryu-san. You think so? You're so mature, too. I've always wanted to sit down and chat with you. I don't have a lot of mature, cool-headed guys like you in my life. Can I give you advice on something that's bothering me? You'd like my advice. Or do you have to leave soon? Is there another sub-story? Well, she did look pretty bothered. What should I do? Well, you know what we are going to do is we are going to hear her out, but not before we take our second break of the night. Folks, stand up, stretch your legs, swap your fluids, and make an appointment with your massage therapist, and we'll be back with more Yakuza 3 in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Folks, we're back. More Yakuza 3. Keep almost wanting to say Like a Dragon, but we'll have another one of those at some point in the future. Gotta thank Not King Nor Able for 26 months of subscription goodness. And you trying to decide whether or not you have a message in there or not, and you don't. That's great. Good, good, good. And no, that's just getting your calligraphy there as well allowed you to read, and that is lovely stuff. I especially like the day on the Deguchi. That is a good, strong final stroke there. While we were out, I was also looking at there was a tweet that had me popping off to Corey before taking my break, and it was this one saying that what is it? In a world where Apple never invented the iPhone, we'd all be carrying smartphones that look like this. And honestly, I want a world where we can have both, because as much as I like the iPhone, I would still also love to have a straight up real computer on my hip. And then I was thinking about it a little bit longer, and like, no, what I actually just want is a general purpose computing device in my hip, and the iPhone can do that as long as we can have the, oh please Europe, have the courage to push through the side loading requirements. Or as we used to call it 20 years ago, loading. You know, like I used to call app stores, stores. And, God, what was the third part of that tweet? But yeah, it's Ian be angry the idea that that we even need short Ian rant. The concept, the fact that we call repositories of software stores now belies so much the lie and deep integrated tendrils of capitalism that have upon our entire culture. Like, we could call it a software library, because that's kind of what it is. It's with software, it's the only thing better than a library. A library is something where, like, let's even take the Library of Alexandria, that you required. The old legend was that if you landed there, you were required to copy any of the tomes of knowledge that you had that they did not have and give them to the library. And in a modern library, they collect units of knowledge that are then lent out to the people, but though they need to be returned because they are simple physical objects. Imagine a library where one could copy things to the library and copy them from the library with no with no amount of scarcity there. The copies were perfect and infinite. And we deny this reality with every word of our description of these systems. It's upsetting. Anyway, you know, in terms of repository, library, yeah, it does have other words, and boy, don't get me started on the namespace pollution between progressive cultural movements and and retro gaming areas. Oh, Hall of the Wise Wolf. Well, we've been having a good time here talking about stuff. And we're about to go off on... No, we're not about to go off on it. But I still can't find a good way to make the joke about cathode ray tubes and critical race theory. And I don't think that there even is a good joke there. But it does make me angry because I really want a good CRT. But I also want... you know what? Actually, it's very easy. Yes, I want CRT for everyone. Anyone and everyone should have access to and should be exposed to the benefits of CRTs. Hot takes from Ian tonight. Anyway, let's see what the lady wants. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, no. So Biojudrit's jumping on the main gripe about mobile devices. For multiple first general computers, how much of the OS limits your capabilities, even on Android. Yes, I completely agree with that entirely. And what makes me upset is people like John Gruber, who and other journalists in the area, spouting off phrases like people want their iPhones to be locked down, and I feel like you can have the best of both worlds there. But I have felt more restricted by every one of my iOS devices than I have felt with my computer at any point. They're still magical, they're still amazing what these things can do, but I feel the edges of what's not what's possible, but what's allowed every day that I use these things of glass that were supposed to be like well, I mean, thank God they're a little bit more useful than the pads in Star Trek, but God, I would like them to actually be as open to me, the user, as a computer. Like we don't want the world. We just want the ability to access our file system as a file system. Change our default browser and allow our default browser to have maybe a different rendering engine if we so choose. And, have the ability to run a torrent management client. That's all we want. That's all, we want here at tiltinghouse.com. But add your wants to the comments. I might not be able to help whatever it is what we're talking about right now, but I'll try. Okay, Hart. I knew you were a nice guy, Kitty-san. You think so? Wait, what's this I knew business? Whatever is going on here? Well, there's this guy I'm really into. Problems with your love life, then. Go on. Yeah, I like him a lot, but I get this feeling that it's just not gonna work out. Is that so? Well then... Yeah, what do you like about him? Everything, Hart! Super ellipses. Hey, don't just clam up, say something! Sorry, what was the thing that made you decide he's the one? The one thing that made me decide? Probably when I thought about how strong he was. Hart, hint. All the Wise Wolf asks, hey Ian, how do you feel about a limited paint range to save on space, but unlimited mixability? I'm not sure I understand the question. Oh, they're single pigment. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh. Huh. That might provide an interesting, and I see what you're getting at there. I thought this might be a metaphor for OS system choices and lockdown of computers, but no, this is very literal. That sounds, you know what? That sounds really interesting, because that would definitely limit a palette to, especially when you're working with Gunpla. It really. As I said, it limits the palette, but the Gunplas do provide natural separation points, which makes for an interesting way of distributing those. Yeah, and of course, camouflage could be, dazzle style camouflage. Yeah, that could be interesting. I guess in that case, it would probably be one of those things where I would say probably depends on the range. but you can make your own custom blends. So that's oh right, sorry, not, it was not limited paint range or unlimited mixability. It was and woof. Yeah, that's an interesting one, because that could mean as I move into this next project, it's going to be interesting, because the previous one I was using the terrible dollar store paint. But no, terrible. It managed to make a sweet ass Gundam. But yeah, the last project I made was with dollar store acrylics mixed with half and half with antifreeze. Or not antifreeze. I keep mixing that up. Windshield washer fluid. But the thing I liked about that was being able to mix what I felt like is going to be enough for an entire model. And yeah, that could work out. Indeed. Interesting. Hey, he was so confident and sure of himself. I knew he'd protect me no matter what happened. Ooh. A full paint set. God, that seems like a good way to actually absolutely learn some color theory there too. Oh, and I absolutely hate Shadow's Life and Atom Zero, the idea of using pads as delivery devices for information. Now I'm sorry, I really should just be playing this game, but now I'm thinking about the way Starfleet handles notifications on duty. And honestly, the way I would handle it that way is you have your... in a proper future, I would think that Starfleet would issue something like a watch with a small screen to display things. But that probably didn't occur to them as a thing, because then you'd want to marry it with the badge for voice communications. And that got me thinking about, okay, well, maybe that's what they do then, is that as a Starfleet officer on duty or on duty, you are not allowed to be taking personal communications, but you can at least receive notifications in the form of vibrations off your thing that can allow you to check things via your console. However, there's got to be on the Enterprise, on every LCAR's display, a way to open up a browser and browse Gmail. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to think about... I'm going to say, actually, thinking more about that, the way you say being able to mix colors infinitely like that. I think I prefer the idea of being able to have a steady supply of a color if I'm mixing it. So it's got to be something I'm confident that I can... then again, if they're pigments, and if I'm doing it in drop-based... Well, if drops aren't proper volume... What I'll need is a micromilliliter pipette system. Yes. Anyway, let's play some more of this ridiculousness. Will then. This boyfriend of yours who likes to mix color. What does he do for work? I don't know. You've never asked? No! Maybe I shouldn't. Now, why is that? You think he's involved in something shady? Ooh, that is some very nice movement in the in that last image, Lyle Judrit, of your Gakusei Jikakai Student Council. Gakusei Jikai. Ah! Yeah, that's... Oof. I could see that on in gold on a black little obelisk. Ah, yeah, no, keeping vibrancy is an interesting one too. Maybe we should take this to an offline discussion as well, but cool. But why is that? You think he's involved in something shady?
I mean, maybe. When I saw on his back, he's got a serious past.
There's something on his back, a tattoo maybe? Or perhaps a forbidden monkey.
I think he's got some demons he's struggling with. Not to mention the burdens he's carrying. But that's the part about him that makes me swoon. Heart.
I see. Well, then, what's he like?
He's one of my clients, and to be honest, when I first met him, I thought he's pretty scary.
Why did I do that?
But after talking to him, I realized he was so kind and mature and relaxed.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, Art. He's such a sweet guy.
Glad to hear it. Just be careful. A lot of these sweet guys can turn to be playboys in disguise. I just realized that I had forgotten that I'd figured out where this was going. And then we got all sidetracked onto paints and pads and kanji. And by the way, love it. It's, I absolutely love the amazing sidetracks we get into here on these things. But I can't believe I completely forgot that I realized, oh yeah, this is going to be about Kiryu, isn't it? Like, wait, what? Oh, right. Glad to hear it. Just be careful. A lot of these sweet guys can turn out to be luchadors in disguise.
Oh, he did seem like he was used to being around women. So, maybe there's some truth to your words.
It's a possibility.
But no, I'm sure he's not that kind of guy.
Why is that?
Sometimes he gives me this honest, straightforward look that makes me believe he's not the kind of guy who'd purposefully hurt someone. I hope he's not thinking about babies when he does that, though.
Man, she's really into him.
Oh, gosh, my heart's racing just talking about him. I'm starting to feel that drink, too. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick for no reason.
Kiryu-san! Hey, Kiryu-san! Yuya, what are you doing here? I've come by for drinks now and then, man. Who's that cutie with you? On a date? I'm jealous! It's not a date. I just happened to run into her here. Oh, come on, don't be coy. I saw you two over there. You were really hitting it off. Were you listening in? Were you listening in too? Yes, sorry. Oh, wow, I'm really up in the red range there when I'm Yuya. Yes, no, sorry, I shouldn't, but when I saw you here with a cute girl, I couldn't help but get curious. Ooh, this is a good time to practice my Matt Berry. Super ellipses. Anyway, I heard she was saying that guy she likes. I heard what she was saying about that guy she likes. Don't you think she's talking about you, Kiryu-san? No, I don't think so. She's just opening up to me about something she's worried about.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, that can't be it.
I can see what's really going on here. I'm a host, after all. See, some girls act like they want to get advice, but really, what they're trying to do is figure out how the other person feels about them. Is that so? Remember what she said earlier? First impression, scary guy. Honestly, straightforward gaze. A back that hints to a serious past. Really strong. That describes you down to the letter, my friend. Plus, there's the way she looks at you. It's the exact way a girl might look at a celebrity crush. Super ellipses. With the way she's been talking to you. With the way she's been talking to you, it doesn't seem like she's that inexperienced when it comes to romance. There's got to be a reason why she's not coming out and telling you how she feels. What do you mean? God, this is turning into Richard Hammond. Like, some sort of secret she doesn't want you to know. For example, maybe she's a single mother, or helping her parents to pay off a ton of debt. She might be curious about how you'll react to that secret of hers. It's how girls gotta do things sometimes. Oh shit! She's probably coming back soon. I'll be off then. Good luck. See ya. Sorry about that, Heart. Don't worry about it. Yakuza, do you still have time? There's more I want to ask you about. Yep, we got time. We got all the time in the world. Sure, I'll stay. Thank you, Heart. Right now, not sure if I should tell him how I feel. Why is that? Why is the dart guy looking also directly into the camera? I'm afraid of what he might say. Well, you're an attractive woman. Ayaka, any guy would be thrilled to hear that you were interested in them. You really think so? Aw, thanks, Heart. But there's something I still haven't told you, Kiryu-san. What's that? Super ellipses. I was born a man. So you were transgender? Yeah. Ever since I was a kid, I felt like I was a girl. But my whole life, I had boy parts. It was really hard for me to live like that. Also, this was like 3,000 years ago, so we didn't have the words to talk about it. Doctors call it shit. You know what? This is probably not something we should talk about. So it's not the same thing as being gay. It's different. Being gay means that you're attracted to people of the same sex. Being trans means that your gender identity at birth is different than yours. Well, as I said, the sex you were assigned at birth. I get it. So you were born as a man on the outside, but on the inside, you felt and were a woman. That's right. I underwent gender reassignment surgery, and now my physical appearance matches the gender I identify as. I'm a woman through and through. Even so, I'm terrified of telling him. I'm scared he'll completely lose interest in me. There's no way I can come out and tell him. It's funny. I'm so in love, but so scared of being in love. Super ellipses. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really shocking to hear, but it must be difficult to come to terms with. not at all.
What?
Love is about accepting one another for who you are. It's not easy to find someone who will, however. That said, human beings need to respect each other as human beings. Who they are on the inside is who they are. Period. Everyone has obstacles they've got to deal with. Yours are even bigger than everyone else's, Ayaka.
Harrison!
I can't tell you how he'll react, but know this, if it doesn't go well, it's not your fault. It just means that you weren't compatible, or it wasn't the right timing for either of you. That's all. Just keep on keeping on, and one day you'll meet someone who's right for you.
Super ellipses. Thank you. I feel a lot better about this now.
No problem.
Harrison!
What is it?
I'm gonna tell Kentaro-san how I feel.
Wait, who's Kintaro-san?
Sorry, it's the name of this guy. Art. Guess I should have mentioned it earlier. Thank you so much for the day. Art. All right, can I get your cell number?
Sure.
I just wish that everyone wasn't staring directly at us the whole time. Other woman up here now.
And saved. Text you when this happens with Kentaro-san. And hey, if you're ever feeling exhausted, swing by the massage parlor anytime.
Orin Ronan, thank you for bringing that information out to us. Yeah, it is amazing for them to be broaching this subject at all in Japan at this time. I seem to remember something about a problematic in this specific genre story being cut or changed for the remake. So I'm not sure if this is it, but this is probably the best I've seen this handled, specifically in the Yakuza games so far. And yeah, hopefully it does continue to stay this way. Hell. The GID term is a disorder in Japan. That's, yeah. That's, some of the stuff I've learned recently about that in Japan, in the way they've handled, specifically the reassignment surgery, has been fascinating. Specifically through, again, Mobile Suit Breakdown, which do a fantastic job presenting research about Japanese culture and history. Specifically that, for the longest time, I think it might even still be the case today, but if you go through gender reassignment surgery in Japan, you are required to also go under sterilization, which is, I mean, it's not a, it's weird. It's really weird. And it's either chemically or physically, either way, but it's like, yeah. It really points to some weird, deeply held political and probably not, well, yes, sociological. It's a very different country than ours is, but that's not an excuse, but it's not an excuse for moralization, but it is definitely something to keep in mind when thinking about discussing and debating and hoping for progression within the human race as a whole. Yeah, same here, Hexy, and I honestly think that forced is never correct in that situation. Yeah, I don't even want to say an explanation, Drowsynth, because it's explanation also has implications, especially in terms of cross-cultural. Like when you're dealing with cross-cultural understandings, you're dealing with the height of intersectionality and the difficulties there, and then putting it on not just a difference in language, but a difference in outright outlook. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize that absolutely humanity is not ready for a first contact situation in any respect. Oh, Oren Ronan, that is fantastic to hear, actually. I was not aware that things were getting better there. Again, as I've said, my information's a bit out of date and definitely distanced. But I'm super glad to hear that it's not as dire as I'm making it out. Thank you. Anyway. Oh, geez, what was I doing for Yuya? How'd it go, Kiryu-san? I didn't get to hear everything she said. Who's this Kintaro-san she mentioned? That's the guy she was crushing on. What? Weren't you just going on about how she was into me or something? Super ellipses. Man, my read was totally off. Looks like I've got a ways to go before I'm a real host. There was one other important detail. She's a trans woman who was born a man. Wait, only because... Why am I blanking on it? I've made... Interrobang!
What?
Oh, come on, Kiryu-san. You don't have to make up something like that to cover your ass. Besides, if I didn't pick up on something like that, I'd be a failure as a host, which I am. Good day. Well, you should. What? Wow. Gauntlet thrown. Super ellipses. You know, if someone came up to me and said she was interested, I'd definitely consider it. Nice girl. Too bad for you, though, Kiryu-san. It is really too bad. Would you look at the time? They put clocks on the ceiling now. Gotta get back to work. See ya. Wait, hold up. God damn it. We almost had our way through without... One day. One day these games will be perfectly recommendable. But until then, we still have to deal with the fact that Sega wants to put NFTs into the games, and I'm upset. Oh, that's fantastic to be able to see get a YouTube clip of that person they're based on. I was wondering because they seemed like they were animated in a way that was motion captured, which is unfortunate because the motion capture isn't always the greatest in the way they translate to the models in this particular game in the series, but it's a very good representation. Oh, Theodore, I can relate. I also, when I was living in Japan, I also spent some time teaching English to people who were also in Japan. English, and yeah. The clients of those types of systems, yeah. Where are we going? Back to Bantam? Back to Bantam! Wait, we should, let's go talk to our friend over in the mock bowl and maybe do a bowl. Those seem like a couple of good places to go.
What? What?
Yeah, now, I really need to get back to Japan. That's what I need to do. Which is good, because apparently they have... You know what? Thinking it through, not so much. So I was going to say, and let me take this with salt and whatnot. I was going to say, it's a good thing. Japan has opened up its borders to tourists from nations in what they call the Blue Group, which includes Canada, the United States, and let's just say it, a lot of white nations and a lot of other first world nations too. But when I say open their borders, it means that upon entrance, you will not be required to Australia. Yes, you will not be required to provide proof of a PCR test or vaccination, which is the wrong way to do it. You should require both those things, but just allow those people to also get a visa. Please continue to restrict people from travel. Please continue to restrict people from traveling, is what I would pray to every government official. I'm so upset.
Are you stupid? You can't just let people leave and pay later. I'm taking our losses out of your wages. Good grief. We're short-staffed as it is. Damn it all.
What's that on the ground? I want to know.
Oh, Kiryu-san! Got fired again!
I just saw that.
I can't even cut it at a bowling alley. I'll probably be fired from every place in Kamurocho that'll hire me.
Oh boy, that's more good information, Orin Ronan. Bigger issues that currently the border is only open to organized tour groups handled by approved tour companies, or mostly Japanese, and that stay inside Japan is highly regulated. Well, I guess I'm not going to see my my family over there anytime soon. Well, this is Kamurocho. You could always try the clubs.
Clubs, huh? I do enjoy my liquor. That's not a bad idea. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, you do you, Kaide. You go get a job as a hostess for 1 week where you actually just bang back those shots all night long. Love chat with customers too. I'll look into it. Thanks, Kiryu-san. If you're ever in a rough spot, you can always count on me. Do 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 do.
いらっしゃいませ。
God, I hope we get to go drink with her in a club. I'll play alone. Let's do a full run here. Ten frames. Yeah, I don't know why at Tom's Diner is her club. It just feels right. Oops. Okay. Well, we're already making some promises we can't keep here. This cannot stand! No! Thank Christ. Okay, good. The pressure's off. Whew. All right. Let's just enjoy bowling and discussing soon. Whew. Montenegro spent 100 years in a war with Japan. They were in a union with Serbia for 90 of those years. Wow! Like, that's gotta all be pre-Constitution, right? Because the current Japanese Constitution, and I'm doing the Star Wars Padme meme right now, right? A wartime or a peace constitution would not warrant a war with Montenegro, right? Right? Oh, started in 1905. Ah, well that puts the end time at a rather unpleasantly recent 9. Sometimes you just forget you're at war. Yeah, I guess. Let's see what happens when we do this. Good curve, okay. Well, now I've learned 2 things today. Montenegrin stereotypes and that they were at war with Japan until apparently 2005. Thank you very much. That now just reminds me of the Great Emu War. And that also reminds me that there's currently not a domesticated, but a farm emu somewhere in the States right now that is sitting on, I believe, at least 1 goose egg 2 duck eggs and 1 chicken egg, any of which may hatch, and this is partially due to a weirdness within emu gender roles, which is that within a emu nesting couple, the female lays the egg and leaves, and it is then up to the male to hatch and, I guess, raise, or values of raise that are emu-based, the chicks. Okay, and a little bit of power there. Good. Oh, I was actually trying for that one. Damn it. Oh no. Okay, so we started strong and continued strong. Yes, that's it. All the way. All the swing. Come on. Splits for dead. Nope. I was just thinking about the chapter of Saint Young Men, which is a story of a reincarnated Buddha and Jesus living as roommates in downtown Tokyo, where they go to a bowling alley. And Buddha considers the path, the bowling lane, the narrow path, and bowls until he hits, I believe it's 189? Please, Buddhists in the room, correct me. Because, or maybe it's 178. It's a specific number in that range that corresponds with the number of earthly temptations that were then knocked down. And it's beautiful. Saint Young Men is a fantastic manga to read. And the anime and OAV are worth checking out, but just read the manga. It's great. Oh, hell! Interesting. God, Theodore, that is a hell of a thing to shock your students with. Mine was simply just like, I got to drive a car when I was 14. And that was enough for most of them, but... Kiryu-san, I interviewed a hostess at a club, but ended up answering every question wrong. Gotta work... No, Kaide! I gotta work a bit harder. I'll email you again. I'll find another job. Talk to you later. Damn it. Well, I guess we don't get to go see Kaide at the Hostess Club. Let's cap things off with, as usual, our karaoke extravaganza. It's a song. We will sing a song at karaoke. And let's call it a night, shall we? Kiryu-san, I got a job. You know the bar Earth Angel in Champion District? I'm working there. Come stop by. That actually seems like a really great place for her to work. Her and Mama are going to be okay together, I think. I hope. I really hope. Also thinking more about... Every time I hear... I read Kaide, I'm thinking Kadode. Specifically the character... Because she does look somewhat similar. But the character of... from... what do you would call it? Dead Demons, Destruction. Which recently ended, just finished reading, and is just kind of great. Oh, you found the Okinawan beer. Nice work, Hollow. It's also weird seeing myself on screen as I am in situ. Gonna hit you with the sign. Wait. Wait. No. Stop. I need to hit you with the sign. And we're done. Oh. I'm interjecting on conversation, but I gotta say, I need to work on my lighting situation for in my spray booth. I discovered several pieces that had a suboptimal amount of primer on top of them, which is to say, a noticeable amount, well, I mean, it was very small, but it was still a noticeable amount of red plastic showing through. Even in the spatteriest of amounts. No! Don't make me fight outside karaoke. Oh, Judrit says, Hall of the Wise Wolf in the mail? That seems like a very bad place for lighting fixtures. I mean, honestly, this is light fixture, correct? If it was a sound fixture, then in the mail would actually also be... Well, talk to your local mail about how they feel about sound in the... in the present. God, I wish I knew more about the words of grammar to say ing without saying ing. Anyway, hey, what are we singing tonight? Actually, let's go over what we've sung so far. If it's not designed to be put in a mail, please don't not put it there. Don't kink shame like that, Sarah. Wow, we've done some of these way more than others. 14, 4, 4, 2, 3, 8. I don't know. Shooting star? Shooting star. That's good. Oh, absolutely, Sarah. Be safe in what you do, but... Be kind, be consensual, be safe. Ah! At least the game's telling me I'm bad. Oh, the awkwardness is why we do this. Oh, no. Okay, I understand now why we've only done this song 2 times. I mean, it's kind of common. Oh my god, there's actually karaoke on the screen for the first time that I've noticed. Sega, you mad lads. Those are actually the words we're singing. Holy shit. And the words are moving in a way that the words aren't necessarily moving on screen here. Iris, I don't know if that's always been there. I want a second song now to test. All right. Oh, Rock Pusher, I could go for a big meal of oatmeal my life right now. I miss Otometal my life. Tone Deaf rank. Wow. All right, let's sing our song and let's call this as a night. Yeah, Theodore, that's there's a lot there there's a lot more questions to ask there that I don't have the answers for, and you probably want to know about your play group, but I don't know that. Yeah, I don't have enough context. Anyway. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight as we plow through all of these hectic mini-games, and not hectic, but heavy, that's the word. Okay, so the karaoke is there, and it is correct. B-E, love me. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching me tonight. I'm not doing this for the next round. Wait. Go to tilty.house for all of our things. Oi! Oi! Thank you to those of you who are kind enough to show your support via the subs and bits and on patreon.com/tiltyhouse. Those of you who do so are not thanked often enough, but you are all loved. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you'll join us next week when we're still doing subs, stories, and minigames. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Ah, there we go. All right. In case you didn't realize from the lyrics of the song just earlier, thank you so much for watching tonight. And, oh yeah, let's find out how many sub-stories we got left here, completion-wise, because that'll give us an idea of what we got to do here. But yeah, let's all get the thanks out of the way. Thanks so much, all. It turns out I'm full of beans. I got energy tonight, despite allergy weirdness. I've also decided we're ordering poutine tonight, so I can go a few minutes extra. And that's only because, God, the last pizzas I ordered.
ありがとうございました。
You should not be paying close to $60 for 2 large pizzas delivered. And not even for what I would consider really, really good pizzas. So, there we go. We're at completion. Hostess is 0. Oh, come on. Kaide's at least 1 hostess. We finished her career right quick. Revelations? Wait, they're not in here, are they? Minigames. Yeah, this is all just that. Sub-stories. We're currently at 70 out of 75. But if I recall, there's 186 or something? So... I don't know. We're still going to be plugging away at these until they go away, and then we'll find something to play, and then we'll move on to the next game when it is good in time. Much like... Wait. There is a game named Paul Masson. No, I'm not even going to do that if I'm not going to do a good... Marlon Brando? No. Paul Atreides? No. Maurice LaMarche voiced his name. Orson Welles! I'm not going to do an Orson Welles commercial for Paul Masson wine myself, but we will play no game here on Tilty House until it's time. And so thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for more of whatever the hell this is. Good night.